Hello, beautiful people, future me. Welcome to another programming workout where I will be 5 minutes typing and then I will do Spring this time. Okay, so let's go. Start the timer. Alright, what is the result? 6% and 43 BPM. Oh well, still a little bit of time, so I will use it. Okay, and we are off the time, so I'll stop that. And I will do. I will check if I have some. Where did I did it? Where did I did the thing? Spring. I have a spring fundamentals. Looks like I don't have that thing. Okay, so Spring Java, I guess. And I'm missing music, calming music, that is. Oh wow, so many messages. Okay, so Spring IO, I guess. Spring Boot in 2 hours. Why Spring training? Car Spring, Spring Boot. This is something paid, isn't it? Pivotal Education Store. Oh yeah, that sounds like money to me. Agree. Or progressive. Oh, fuck ton of money. No, not happening. Okay, so we had that. Spring tutorial. Maybe it was here. Kind of remember it. Quick start, maybe. Add your code. Try it. Hello world. Next, try these popular guides. Okay, let's have a look at those. Learn. Overview. That looks good. For guides. from scratch, move for starting with Spring Initializer, skip the basic. Okay, so we will do the basics now. Let's start the time as well. Oh, it is. Start from scratch, move on to here, so that's the same thing. And that is the same guy, isn't it? Getting started. Okay, so let's do that. For all Spring application, you should start with Spring Initializer. The initializer offers a way to pull in all the dependencies you need for an application and does a lot to set up for you. This example needs only Spring Web dependency. Following image shows the initializer setup for this sample project. Okay, common example, REST service. Okay, so let's do that. And we will close those. Got example, REST service, REST service. What else do we have here? It's tiny. This is too much. Okay, common example, REST service options. There is Spring Web. Web, Spring Web. So we have a Spring Web, and that's it. When Maven was chosen, Maven Java to something, we use that, that would be hopefully okay. Maven Java 2.0, same things, options. No, here is Spring Web. Spring Web, okay. Now what? The preceding image shows that initializer with Maven chosen as the build tool. You can also use Gradle. Common example, REST service and artifact respectively. You will use those values through the rest of this sample. The following list shows the poem that is created when you choose Maven. Okay. Following shows Gradle. When you choose Gradle, create a resource representation class. Okay, so I guess I go ahead and press that button and say generate, and we'll download it. Okay, so it's not here, it should be somewhere. No. Maybe it's here. Yeah, project study, and we will do it here somewhere. I don't know, let's do it here. Save. Start zip. Okay, extract. See, okay, hopefully it will be good. And now, let's see. Is it starting or not? Opening, okay. is happening? Is it starting? IntelliJ? I don't think so. Doesn't look to me like it's starting. Why it's not starting? Oh, I see. Now I see, because I already had it. Okay, I already had it open. So we can fix. Bum bum bum, and now I won't open that project, so I will say open. And here it is called I don't remember what it was. Study, it was here, right? And this, it was Spring or REST something. REST service. Am I blind? I don't see it. Where did it go? Study. Here it is, REST service. Idea project, study, REST service. So what the hell? P. Here it is. Maybe I overlooked it. So this is the thing. That's cool. Now what? Here is the thing I'm going through. So we generated that thing. Create a resource representation class. Now that you have a setup project and build system, you can create your web service. Begin the process by thinking about the service interactions. The service will handle GET requests for greeting, optionally with a name parameter in the query string. The GET request return a 200 OK response with JSON in the body that represents a greeting. It should resemble the following output. ID and the content. Okay, the ID field is a unique identifier for the greeting, and content is the textual representation of the greeting. To model the greeting representation, create a resource representation class. To do so, provide plain old Java object. That is a POJO with fields, constructors, and accesses for the ID and content data. So the following listing from shows. Okay, so I'll have a look if we do have it here, and we do. No, we don't. Source, main, Java, and that was where? That was com example REST service. REST service greeting Java, com example REST service. That's a REST service application, so we will create a greeting class. What happened? view good icons, show good icons, apply. Okay, cool. Okay. Still can do the run thing and so on, right? Or not? I don't know. Well, anyway, I will create the class, and that was greeting, and we had some fields, so that was the ID, and they were what? They were private long ID, and private long, that was string greeting, right? Get ID, get content, string get content, constructor, so we will do public greeting. It will take long ID and string greeting like so, and I will say this dot ID equals ID, and this dot greeting equals greeting, like that. And then we want the getters, so that was so getter, we want this and that. Okay, generate. That was get greeting, get ID, which is, and here is get content. This is oh, that is content. Okay. So I will rename it. And yes, getter. Do the getter. Select all, enter, or control enter. So you have ID and content, so that is pretty straightforward. So what do we have next? This application uses the Jackson JSON library to automatically marsh all instances of type greeting into JSON. Jackson is included by default by the web starter. So create a resource controller. I'll try to remember something and then so we have, oh, well, maybe I should read this before that. I tend to skip to the code. So HTTP requests are handled by a controller. These components are identified by the @REST controller. Okay. Annotation. And the greeting controller shown in the following listing from that handles get request for greeting by returning new instance of the greeting class. Here is get mapping. So what we do, we have a greeting controller, bunch of imports. It has an annotation REST controller, two final things. This one is oh, string format. So we have a private static final template, and we have a private final atomic long counter. What is atomic long? I don't know what it is, and then why is it not static? Huh? Public, and then we have public greeting, it returns greeting, and say counter, increment, and get. Oh, okay. And string format, template name. Okay, so let's see what we remembered. Rest controller, get mapping. So I will do another thing in here. And that thing will be a class, and this will be greeting controller. Greeting controller, and we will have two private fields. So first will be private static final string template, and that will be equal to, that was hello, and here was s, like so, and we will have a private final atomic long, atomic long, and that will be, oh, what was it? Counter, and that will be equal to new atomic long. Yeah, like that. Then we will have, I think here is the annotation at rest controller. Okay. Then here we will have a method which will return that greeting, and that will be, I don't know, public greeting I don't know, and it will take name, that will be a string name, yeah, and we will get, okay, so we will return greeting, yeah, and I want to extract it. Oh, nice, cool. And here will be maybe it will be I need to create it and then return it somehow, right? And here will be get mapping, okay, it doesn't like that, so get mapping, here we go, and here it was in the curly brace, no, so maybe in the normal, and it will say string, so it will be every time it takes a string, so we will say greeting, like so, I guess. And it was here the greeting, and I need to construct the greeting somehow, so the new greeting will be new, oh crap. So I might do it in here. We have this thing, and we want to say, okay, so here will be string text, and that will be equal to that was string format, string for format, okay, and the first will be template, the second parameter will be the name, like that, and greeting will be, and here will be, we will increase it, so that will be long id and crap id equals to, and that will be counter and accumulate and get, increase, increment and get, that was it. And then I will create, I will return it, and that will be new greeting, yeah. And the parameters is ID and content. Text is here. Okay. Format, beautiful. Let's see what I did. So private static final string template. Private static finals. Well, first of all, REST controller, greeting controller. Okay, private static final string. Private static final string template. That is good. Private final atomic long counter. Yep, that is good as well. Public greeting. Get mapping I have first. Get mapping greeting, public greeting, and here we set request param name and default value word. Okay, so that is what I didn't do, so that is just the thing. I don't take in the ID, okay, and that will be request param and value and default value. Okay. Request param. Okay, so I do request param, yep, and it will say value value will be equal to what does it? Name. The second parameter. Why are you complaining? Annotation is not allowed here. Why not? And default will be hello, like that. Okay. Now why are you complaining? Oh, come on, like that. And delete this. Default value. Yep, that's it. Now it complains. Annotation is not allowed. Why not? Get mapping greeting string name. Now it's okay. Okay, format. So that is good. And then and create a text, and this we can inline. That was, oh, I'm over the time. So much fun. Line, inline field. Okay, inline refactor. Oh crap. Okay, so that is not it. This one. Ah, inline. Okay. Mhm. And I can also inline this thing, I believe. Inline. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, okay. So there are coming in. Well, I would like to see it running. Test the service. Build executable jar. I want to see it running. The get mapping annotation ensures that HTTP GET requests to greeting are mapped to the greeting method. Okay. There are companion annotations for other HTTP verbs like post. It's request mapping annotation that they all derive from and can serve as synonym, e.g. request mapping, wrapping method that can't. Okay. Request param binds the value of the query string parameter name into the name parameter of the greeting. If the name parameter is absent in the request, the default value of world is used. The implementation of method body creates and returns a new greeting object with ID and content. Attributes based on the next value from the counter and formats the given name by using the greeting template. The key difference between traditional MVC control and the RESTful web service control shown earlier is the way that the HTTP response body is created. Rather than relying on a view technology to perform server-side rendering of the greeting data to HTML, this RESTful web service controller populates and returns a greeting object. The object data will be written directly to the HTTP response as JSON. This code uses Spring at REST controller at annotation, which marks the class as a controller where every method returns a domain object instead of view. Domain object instead of view. It is shorthand for including both controller and response body. The greeting object must be converted to JSON. Thanks to Spring's HTTP message converter support, you need not to do this conversion manually because JSON2 is on the class path Spring's mapping JSON to HTTP message converter is automatically chosen to convert the greeting instance to JSON. Spring Boot application is a convenience annotation that's all of the following. Did it? Its convenience annotation sets the following configuration: tags the class as a source of bean definitions for the application context, enable. They did not show it in here. Tell Spring Boot to start adding beans based on a class path. Enable auto configuration. First, configuration text the class as a source of bean definitions for application contents. Context. Enable configuration. Tell Spring Boot to start adding beans based on the class path settings. Other beans and various property settings. For example, if Spring Web MEC is on the class path, this annotation flags the application as web application and activates key behaviors such as setting up a dispatcher servlet. I don't know what it is. Component scan. Tell Spring look for other components configurations as services in the com example package, letting it find the controllers. The main method uses Spring Boot's Spring application run. Spring application run method to launch an application. Did you notice that there was not a single line of XML? There is no web.xml file either. This web application was 100 pure Java and you did not have to deal with configuring any plumbing or infrastructure. Build executable jar. So you can run application from the command line with Gradle or Maven. You can also build single executable jar file that contains all necessary dependencies, classes and resources and run that. Building an executable jar makes it easy to ship, version and deploy this service as an application throughout the development lifecycle across different environments and so forth. If you use Gradle, you can run the application by using .gradle boot run. Alternatively, you can build jar using grade year and then run jar. If you use Maven, you can run application by that. Alternatively, you can build jar file with that. Okay, so Maven Spring Boot run. Okay. So I want console. Maven. I'm missing some letters. Maven view, and that is Spring. Do we have something in here? Spring Boot run. Spring dash boot run like this. No. So maybe I can do this. Oh, okay. It's alive. Okay, it's downloading something. It will take a while. That looks like it's running. Starting service Tomcast started REST service application in 5.18 seconds. So that is cool. So now if I have that, I will be probably able to do it somehow. So I can go here and it doesn't do anything. Starting application in here. 8080. And it doesn't work. 8080. Localhost greeting. Okay, what now? Do I have to build it? Step described here. Create a runnable jar. You can also build classic war file. Test the service. Where you see provide a name, query string parameter by visiting greeting name user. And that still does not work. Okay, so what's wrong? Greeting could be the way. Okay, so maybe I need to stop it. Yes. And I will run it again. Now it should be better. And it's really late and I should be better at going to sleep, so I will finish this and I'll go to sleep. Okay, so it's running and maybe now it will be working. Hey, it works, cool. And if I do this, it says hello user. If I say hello Coda, hello Coda, that's beautiful. Summary, yeah. Okay, so and there's like the next following guides may be also helpful. There's another thing. Okay, so I was hoping for like, okay, so I did the first of the many, so I say we are done. Done is better than perfect. And I will see you next time. Bye.